You ever scroll through your feed and you think to yourself, how did we get here? I mean, does no one find it odd that intelligent, educated people end up sending money to someone that they've never met? Do they truly believe in miracle cures and follow these self-proclaimed gurus with zero credentials and only a fancy social media page?
Hi, my name is Duke Royce, and I'm an 18-year-old millionaire. I teach 12 different methods to earn this chicken right here. If you want to stop working that 9 to 5, if you want to start earning money and stop being a slave, swipe up. Let's work, or click the link in my bio. I'm interested in working with each and every one of you. Stop being a you want to get bitches? Let's get this chicken.
I've always found it baffling. I understand people falling for this in the early days, especially when paired with the hatred of the daily 9 to 5. But with so many so-called gurus rising selling their courses, when will people say enough is enough? And I know that it's not about intelligence. I know it's about a psychological manipulation of emotions and the deep-seated human need to belong, to find some meaning and to live their life the way they truly want. And I know that not everybody buying a scammer's online course is young and ignorant. Many victims are educated men with families who might assume that they would know better. But what I do know is one thing that the victims do have in common is desperation. So today we're diving into the world of scammers, and not just any scammers. It's the internet lifestyle, you can be just like me type of scammers, and their cult-like following. Let's start with the recent arrest of Dutch influencer Samuel Oshua, who, according to News Drop Today, one of the brothers has recently been released.
We've got an update for the Baller Busters community. You may remember when we broke the story about the arrest of the infamous Instagram influencers, the Unwa brothers in Dubai. Well, there's new information in their case. Ruben Unwa, the younger brother, was quietly released from custody this week. Samuel, the older brother, remains detained but is expected out within 1 to 2 weeks under house arrest.
In connection with an alleged attempt to smuggle illegal substances into United Arab Emirates. Samuel has also been accused of defrauding clients, and all whilst operating under the guise of being a successful entrepreneur. He used to showcase his lavish lifestyle, complete with luxury cars and high-end watches, to lure in unsuspecting victims. His social media presence is meticulously curated to project success and trustworthiness, making it easier to convince people to invest in his schemes. So why are people still falling for individuals like Samuel? Samuel is very charismatic. He exudes confidence, speaks with conviction, and presents himself as having exclusive knowledge and solutions.
First off, if you want to move the same like me, you gotta chase it. You gotta work on yourself. You gotta look at your weaknesses. You gotta make mistakes and learn. So do it. It's worth it. My life is the best it's ever been, bro. It's not just because of the money, the girls. No, bro. It's my connection with God. It's me looking at myself, being proud. Chase being proud.
Psychologists have long studied this phenomenon. Leon Festiger's work on cognitive dissonance revealed that when people invest time, money, or belief into something, they find it hard to accept that they've been duped, even when the evidence mounts against their chosen leader. And there's also an emotional manipulation and fear. All scammers are the masters of emotional manipulation. They tap into our deepest fears and desires. Dr. Mary Profenroth, biopsychologist, explains that fear can override our logical thinking, making us more susceptible to scams.
A fear storm is my word for those times in our life when we are fully in the throes of a fictional fear story. And during these times, our minds keep making everything worse. And if we let it, our fears can spiral us into making bad decisions.
Think about it. If someone tells you they have a secret financial freedom, eternal youth, or a cure for a terminal illness, and they present it convincingly, it's tempting to believe, especially when you're desperate. The frequency of desperation is a powerful concept. It's a mental and emotional state people find themselves in when they're running out of options and looking for a way out. The frequency of desperation lowers critical thinking. According to psychologists, when people are in survival mode, their brain prioritizes short-term solutions over long-term logic. This is where scammers come in and prey on vulnerabilities. They know how to speak in the tone of urgency. They mirror your pain. They sell you the cure. You go online and see someone say, "I was just like you. I had nothing. And then I found this secret."
Most entrepreneurs, the best ones, started off as criminals. Most did. I sold weed, I sold drugs. I ended up in prison for 10 years. I got out, I changed my life, fully changed the direction, and I started helping people with personal development.
It's a cycle of desperation, blind hope, manipulation, shame, silence, and more desperation. And it's why victims often don't speak up. They're embarrassed. And that shame feeds the next wave of followers. Scammers showcase fake testimonials, inflated follower counts, or even fabricated media coverage. It's a psychological tactic that leverages our innate desire to conform and belong. At some point, these followings transcend mere fandom. They become cult-like. Cults often involve a charismatic leader who demands absolute loyalty and uses manipulation to control followers. So how to protect ourselves and others? It seems obvious, right? Keep your money in your pocket. If it sounds good, it probably is, blah, blah, blah. But to me, emotional awareness seems to really be lacking in today's society. I'm all for looking and feeling your best, but a 60-year-old from the 80s is not the 60-year-olds of today. And I do believe that people should look after themselves, take care of themselves, and live their life to the fullest. However, in 2025, people seem not to be mentally maturing. And this is creating a society of emotionally out of control individuals.
This man just threw away his entire career because he wanted to key a Tesla.
I know you might be thinking, what does any of this have to do with scammers, adults acting out of control? But the point that I'm trying to make is, as we've created a society of such emotionally stunted adults that have failed to go through the growth process of learning how to manage their emotions and execute them in a healthy manner, those are the adults that are now raising the children that are perfect targets for people like these scammers. Emotionally stunted adults can't create children that critically think. So when they do see these internet type bros promoting such products, they become the easiest targets. At the end of the day, it's not about intelligence, it's about awareness of oneself. Why would a stranger give you their secrets on how they made their wealth for only £100 or £500 or £10,000? Because once everybody knew his secret, they wouldn't make any money anymore. So why on earth would they plan to share it? We're all susceptible to manipulation, especially when we're vulnerable. But understanding the tactics used by scammers and the psychological mechanisms they exploit, we can build resilience and foster a society that values critical thinking over blind faith.